Hello everybody, welcome back to another Trans World 5 video, and welcome back to the Northern Trans Pennine route, which some of you may have never seen, as we haven't done it in over 2 years. Not great. But we're back on, we're at Huddersfield, and we're in the lovely class 45. So let's start off. We got uncoupled the rear two coaches. Pop back and do that. Hopefully audio levels are okay. So yeah, rear two. Yeah, these ones here. So let's get rid of these. There you go. And that's it. Done. Wait for a moment. And I've got the tail lamp at the back. Oh. Oh, that was cool. Look, the little 08 did its whistle before moving. Cool. Right, key on. I'm actually going to open the doors, as I feel like we probably should reopen them. There we go. That's that all done. Have we got the road? We have got the road. So we're basically ready. Oh, hang on. Am I forgetting something? Don't think so. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. They're already on. So I think we are good to go. So, yeah, doors closed. Set that to forward. Get the instrument lights on. Dewsbury is our next station stop. So you gotta wait for all the brakes to come off first. It will take a little while. Yeah, brakes are coming off. I'm gonna apply a little bit of power. I don't want to sort of go back into the coaches behind us, which we've just uncoupled. And hopefully we'll start getting. There we go. We are on the move. Cool. Bit weird when the game just says sort of uncouple and that was it, and then off you go. I would assume, yeah, you'd sort of reopen the doors and then go. So we've done that now. So out we go out of Huddersfield. Yeah, passenger, that's what we want. Oh yeah, the Northern Trans Pennine route, which runs between Manchester, Victoria, and Leeds, well, Leeds City Station. Set in 1982. Is it 82 or 83? This is set in. One of the two. So one of the old routes. Just gonna pop that up a bit. But yeah, hopefully audio levels are all good. That looks good, so hopefully we'll be alright. Alright, let's speed up a bit. I actually can remember this route fairly well, even though it's been years since we've been on it, which is like how. I can remember it fairly well. So I think it's like 70 or 80 coming up on this bit here, then it's down to 55 when we sort of come onto the main line. Yeah, it's one which is stuck. It's that, off we go. The beast, the peak loco. Yeah, definitely have to turn that audio down now a bit. It's a little bit noisy. Right, let's get a little flyby shot. Show you the 45. It certainly makes a noise. Look at that sun coming through. That's nice. And as this is an old route, it does have all of the old lighting and doesn't look as good as more up-to-date routes, but still looks pretty decent. This route released back in, for console, it was January 2019, but I think on PC it came out about a month beforehand, as most things did then. Came out first on PC and then came to console. Sort of the early DLC releases. Now we'll keep it at 70. Then you got Dayton Station, which we passed through. Yeah, Dayton, Murfield, Ravensthorpe, and then Dewsbury. I'll set that to off. Pop put the brakes on a bit. It's the 80, so even if we did speed a little bit, it's not the end of the world. No tracking devices on here. Here's Dayton. Quite a simple little station. And yeah, I'm ready to be down to 55. And also a cool thing about this route, you've got the BR heavy freight pack, which gives you the old style T-tankers. Because you've got the T-tankers with the Skyhook Games Volume 1, I think, Volume 1 Petroleum, which gives you the more modern T-tankers. Whereas on here with the BR heavy freight pack, you get sort of the old style ones. And yeah, it is probably one of the more challenging freight routes. This one is it's quite steep. I mean, we're the half of the route we're on at the moment, which is the Huddersfield to Leeds part. This bit's fairly straightforward, but if you go from Huddersfield back to Manchester, it is just constant, like really steep and really, yeah, it's a pretty tricky part of tricky route to navigate across, especially if you've got it set to snow. Right, down we go. So yeah, I think it's 50 or 50, 55 along this bit. That's feel weird coming back to these older routes. Just you've got to get used to the sort of the old lighting and old clouds, and everything just looks old. And up to 80 once we get back onto the main line. Start revving it up now. There you go, let's rev that up. Cool. I think I'm about 40 at the moment, so try and get as fast as we can once we're on here. As the speed limit goes up to 80, which is rather quick. I don't know if it's a speedboard for it. You just got to know if it's 80, and down to 45 for Ravensthorpe, which is at this time you've still got the power station there. I think nowadays it's all demolished. Cool. Yeah, look at all this though. You just tell it's an old route. Then we're coming up on Mirfield. I mean, at the time this route was like the best, sort of quality wise. It really sort of shows you how far TSW's come from this looking impressive, which now is like to, well, how routes are nowadays. Right, let's cut the throttle, turn that back to on. There's the cat Ace. She always wakes up when we start recording and starts like meow 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 meow. It's just like, go back to sleep. We'll keep that on. Let's get the brake on. Let's start coming down to 45. You can see the power station coming up. Start popping that down. And yeah, then we're not too far off Dewsbury, which is our only stop on this service. I think this one's come up from Sheffield as well. So from Sheffield, it's the Pennistone line. The Pennistone line it takes to Huddersfield, and then on this one up to Leeds. There's 101, which are operate the slow services on the route, and they are slow. I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes or so to do a stopper from one end to the other. Yeah, it takes a while. And it's challenging as well. It's not an easy run. There's Ravensthorpe. Bit of a judder there across there. That's 55. And you've got the power station funnels there as well. Which Ravensthorpe station, I think that's still about, but the funnels and stuff are all gone. Let's quickly nip into photo mode. I'll turn up the brightness just because, yeah, to make it look a bit more newer TSW. Field of view, that's probably already at a good level. Rotation. Get one like that. That's too dark on that side. Oh, we'll get another one actually. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that'll do. The power lines there. And I believe we did have a yellow, didn't we? Unless I was seeing, I might have been seeing things, but I think we did have a yellow, so we'll take it slow. Do we have a yellow or not? Because you don't get AWS magnets on this route, or I mean you do. I think Leeds has one. And I think there's like 1 or 2 AWS magnets, so you've really got to be careful, so you don't get any audible warning. But we'll take it slow as we're coming up to Dewsbury anyway. Got the vibrations in the controller as well, which you can really feel on this train. Now we've got the warning there. So we do have a red light at some point. Come on train, losing loads of speed. So yeah, nice and steady, although I can see we have got the green. So, but the red would be at the end of the platform at Dewsbury probably. Yeah, you can see we've got the other warning there as well. Semaphores are a little bit different to colour light. So we do have a red light still, or should do at the end of the platform, which I can see coming up. Which means we have to go nice and slow. But this was the thing with these older TSW routes. The signal would usually be red at the end of the platform until the door loading instruction has finished and you've actually closed the doors. That was a coast it in. Should be able to coast in. I'm coming up to a red light. It's an autumnal morning, so it's going to be a little bit slippery. So we'll just coast it in. Although we are going a bit slow. But rather safe than sorry. Because yeah, these things aren't, you don't have much control over this train. And the brakes are a little bit slow, the throttle's a bit slow. In fact, no, we probably actually will need a little bit of acceleration, otherwise we're going to stop too early. Just enough to get us along to the end, which that seems to be pretty nice as we are at the moment. Trouble is, people will probably already be starting to try and get off the train. That's nothing you've got to factor in. This is the 80s. There was all slammed all. People will probably be trying to get off already. We've got to go right down the... Actually, we're not a full length train, but we'll go down to the end. Or try to. Right, throttle off and let it come to a stop. That's on its own, that is. I'll whack that on. Well, here we are. This is a Dewsbury. Like 3 minutes late somehow. Okay. Probably because we reopened doors. Oh, someone just got flung into the air. Signal is still red, although once we've got the doors it should change, all being well. Bit annoying, but that's the way these old routes work. Right, Get the doors shut, and it should then change. There we go. Right, and we are in a 1629 gradient, so get that off. That can come on. And then we'll slowly start taking off the loco brake. Now we do. Right, next station stop here should be, yeah, Leeds. But we can tick this route off. We've done it. Maybe one day this route will be upgraded. So it's one of those good old routes. And hard to think that, well, this route is over 5 years old. It'll be 6 years old come December. It's like, what? Already? How? Hang on. I'm thinking, what was it? Yeah, no, yeah, 6 years. Yeah. Losing track of time. Right, let's get another shot. Let's fully whack that up. Two coaches of first class and 3 of standard. So these are the Mark 2 coaches. These are, yeah, Mark 2s. And also, if you've got this route, it should add services on to the West Coast mainline route by Just Trains and Blackpool branches as well. So it adds additional train substitutes in, if that's your cup of tea. Right, put the controller down, and yeah, just let it rip basically. Full throttle. We're going up quite a steep gradient at the moment, and this gradient continues all the way up to Morley Tunnel, which is the big old tunnel at the top of the hill, and after that you sort of come out and, well, you're not too far off Leeds. This is Batley. And sort of run down. Actually, it's actually quite a nicer station than the others, but still run down. So I have a common trend with 1980s UK routes. Everything looks a bit run down. Not too far off Morley Tunnel now. Because I wonder if they'd ever do a modern version of this route. I mean, they have on Train Sim Classic. Well, sort of a modern version on Train Sim Classic. I say sort of because, well, no, the setting of the route's modern, but then they use BR trains, so like the 158, 47 in BR liveries. So yeah, they technically have done this route in a modern setting on Train Sim Classic, the Huddersfield line as it's called on there. I wonder if this would ever be made modern with like a 185 or 158. And I believe it's 40 outside of this tunnel. So it's quite a sharp right hand curve. And this isn't the longest tunnel on the route. The longest tunnel on the route is Standedge Tunnel, which runs parallel to the longest canal tunnel in the UK, Standedge Canal Tunnel. And that is a long old tunnel. Here we go, and then outside the other side is Morley Station, which I've heard in real life has been relocated. There's also another station in real life on this route. What is it? Cotters? I can't remember what it's called, but there's another station between Morley and Leeds, which isn't on this iteration of the route, but is on the modern version. Cotters Ridge? I can't remember, but in real life I think that's now closed. So it didn't last too long. Goes on a while, doesn't it? Come on. See the end of the tunnel now. It's sort of loading in ahead of us. Cool. Weird thing is though, it's been 6 years, so almost 6 years since this route first come out. And you still in Trans Pennine don't have things like working on the Expert 101, you've got the German GSMR. But you still haven't got UK GSMR in the game. Announcements, they're not a thing still. Yeah, it's just like, wow. I mean, sort of at the time when this came out, you know, we were about a year off East Coast Way, which was sort of the first modern UK route for quite a while. But, you know, we still don't have things yet, like working UK GSMR, other things, other bits and pieces. Yeah, just things like that, announcements, working GSMR, UK GSMR. You know, CDRA. Right. Yeah, we can speed back up now. Yeah, it's like, yeah, 50 or something around there. 50, 55. We go about 50. Yeah, we're now on the Leeds side. It's very slow into Leeds as well. Help sort of coast it along. Get another little flyby shot. There it goes. Nice. And if you have made it this far in the video, thanks all for remaining in for a bit of NTP. Maybe at some point we'll do the other half of the route, which is the Huddersfield to Manchester bit, which goes through Staley Bridge or Starley Bridge. Staley Bridge? Starley Bridge? One of them. Goes through that. Which I think they also want to electrify this route as well in real life. Or was that just Manchester to Starley Bridge they want to electrify? So yeah, that station, I'll find the name in a minute. Yeah, let me find the name for that station. Which is basically where we are literally now. There's a station here now in real life, or was. Leeds, where are you? So far up north. There it is. And there's Morley. Is it closed already? There's Morley Station. Yeah, Morley Station, I believe, has been resited. Cottingley Station. But I think someone's mentioned that's going to close at some point. They're going to move it or something, or do something. Could be wrong in saying that. Cottingley, that's the one. Right, speed up a little bit. And we then go on to sort of the straight down to Leeds. And it's 10 miles an hour. It's quite slow. I think yeah, 20 to begin with, then 10. Alright, take that off and just let it coast. In the 45. A loco, you don't really drive much. Although at least we don't drive much the 45. Most of the time I do the 40 or the 47. Whereas the 45 is sort of left in the dark. It's a cool train. There's another one. Which that actually might be a freight service. That freight service, actually that might be 40 actually. No, it's passenger service. From a distance here, I don't know if they'd loaded in, so it looked like it had some wagons behind. But no. Right, let's start popping on the brakes soonish. Yeah, we're soon to, well, we need to slow down. Actually, quite quickly, actually. Ah, that was the 25 there. That does come pretty quickly. So it's been 2 years since we've been on it. And it's down to 10 after. Ooh, 47 there. The T tankers there. So that's from the BR Heavy Freight Pack, not Cargo Line Volume 1. Which is why some people weren't too happy with Cargo Line Volume 1, because you've already got the T tankers on the Heavy Freight Pack. Obviously, all but being in the 80s. Well, there's the 20. And then I think it's down to 10. So I'll start popping that down. Get ready for that. And I don't think the station's really changed too much. I've obviously got, I think, electric now, but yeah, I don't think it's changed too much as to how it is in the 80s. Or not massively. Platform 5. It's almost one of those places you forget is in the game. Leeds, it's like, is that in the game? And it's like, oh yeah. The 80s version's in the game. Cool. The trouble is though, after this route release, you then had Tees Valley. So everyone was like, oh, we're gonna have a modern UK route. Then it was like, Tees Valley, and it's like, oh. Another sort of backdated route. Which at the time I wasn't really too impressed about. I was like, oh, bring out something modern. But now with sort of these older backdated routes, we've got plenty of choice between new and old, so it's like, oh, it's quite cool. Let's, you know, bring out another 80s or 90s route. I mean, I'd love to see a 90s network southeast route. That would be awesome. Excluding the 483 on the Island line. But yeah, just at the time we sort of had this, and well, we had West Somerset Railway. And then this, and then Tees Valley. So it was like, are we going to get a new sort of modern mainline UK route? And then we had East Coastway, which released almost a year after, well, almost a year after this. And that was like, oh yes, there was a lot of hype for East Coastway. Because it was like the first modern UK route since Great Western. And it had the 377. And third rail, so good combo. 5A. Cool. And you got, well, actually, yeah, you've got the old CIS, sort of, the TVs on here. Look at that. Which is something one of the some of the preservation crew worked on. They don't exist anymore, the preservation crew. They used to go back Train Sim World 3 times. They go back to sort of old Train Sim World 2020, Train Sim World 2 routes and upgrade them to the standards at that time. So they're not, Train Sim World 4 or 5 standards. This is sort of CIS screens, sort of Train Sim World 2-ish. In fact, yeah, Train Sim World 2, I think that was the Preservation Crew. We go right up to the red light, the big scary red light. Scary, look at it. It's like a big red eye looking at us. Stop. Well, how's that guy down there? Bit close. Right, that'll do. This is Leeds, and that is Journey's End. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed it. We arrived at only 5 minutes late, it's fine. Links can be found in all the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in, and hopefully we'll see you next time. See you all, take care, bye guys.